your next guest this afternoon. He's a school teacher and a local author now as well, who's delivering some high-tech concepts via a very ancient, very low-tech kind of platform. Paul Hamilton's written a book with some of the basic concepts of coding. It's called If I Were a Wizard, and he joins you here this afternoon on ABC Sunshine Coast. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me, Jasmine.
Tell us about this book.
It's basically a book about a young boy whose friends are all dreaming about becoming footy players and architects and doctors, and he's just dreaming of becoming a wizard. And I guess it's a metaphor for the magic that we can create with code these days.
What excites you about coding?
I guess it's the new creation tool. So our kids are kind of consuming so much content at the moment, but through code, we can actually create products, and I think that's what really excites me about coding.
So rather than just using the thumbprint or finding out mum and dad's password and getting in there, it's actually about creating that back end?
Yeah, it is. It's about the way that we can use code to create stories and make music and and artwork and all those fantastic things that I think is really good for kids.
This book's been picked up by an American publisher. Are there many others like it about coding on the market now that are aimed at that young audience?
No, I don't think there is. I think this one fills a bit of a void because it's actually trying to connect the digital with the physical, if that makes sense. So it's about young kids making connections in their own life and seeing that they're away from their own lives.
I like it actually because I think that for parents or people who are just interested in coding as well, you know, get in at a sneaky level, something that's written in plain English, for some concepts that, you know, these days are kind of getting, you know, further and further out there, out of our reach almost.
Yeah, so it's in the book we kind of relate complex coding concepts like loops and repeats to just making great waves for dad to ride over and over again. So it's kind of like those connections of those deep concepts, but putting them in kids speak, I guess.
And are you a dad yourself?
I am. I have three girls, a little bit grown up now, but yeah.
Interesting that they're girls, because this book is told through the imagination of a young boy. And I know that the STEM sector, the science, technology, engineering, mathematics, is increasingly under pressure to support women and girls to get into the sector. Are they into it?
They are. So my oldest has made a prototype app, and we're trying to get that through to the App Store at the moment. And I think the thing that's really impressive is just the process that they go to. It's not necessarily the final product in the app, but all the deep level and problem solving that they go along the way that really excites me about coding.
Is it akin to something mathematical or more like learning another language?
It's good. It's a little bit of both, I think. I think the thing that a lot of people get put off with coding is that I have to be a high mathematician and have complex mathematics to it, but it's more about the problem solving and the process and the logical thinking and being able to get big problems and put them into little chunks that I think are the real kind of dispositions that we need to be teaching kids.
It's the good tools, isn't it, that are applicable to other processes in life?
It is, and it's those habits of persisting and asking smart questions and all those things that we can apply to any learning experience.
And did your daughter, who's got the app in development, did she develop it herself or was it with the help of you?
Well, here's the thing. She got mentored up with a chief engineer at Spotify, and so she was Skyping late at night with a person from Sweden and mentoring. So I think that's another evidence of the way that we're learning these days. And it doesn't have to be a teacher at the front of the room. It's global now.
So she's locked in her bedroom under the covers Skyping and you're thinking, what's going on?
No, she's out in the living room in the kitchen because we know we shouldn't have tech in the bedroom. So it's a good lesson for parents, I guess, too.
Yes, and a book too that you can read with your kids. It'll be out next week.
Yep, that's right.
How can people get a hold of If I Were a Wizard?
Yeah, probably just going to my website's probably best, which is appsbypaulhamilton.com, and I've got all the links there.
All right, good stuff. Best of luck with it. It sounds really exciting.
Thanks, Jasmine.
That's Paul Hamilton on ABC Sunshine Coast. That book again, If I Were a Wizard. If you just type Paul's name and that title into your search engine, you'll be able to connect with it. It will be out October 20, which is actually Thursday, but you can pre-order now. It's time